Hi, how you doing, guys? It's Lee here for Space and Above and Beyond the Infinite. Welcome back to the channel. Right, so this Saturday exclusive. Bet you're wondering what I've got going for you this Saturday, being as I've had space shuttle test flights all in one package for you previously. Well, as you know, I've been doing my own little mini series on 3i Atlas, the hype that's surrounding it, and it's totally gone viral on YouTube. So I was doing my own research. I've put 3 of my own videos out there. So I thought, similarly with the space shuttle series, which I've done, that I do exactly the same with 3i Atlas. And so what I've got for you, which you're just about to watch, is all 3 of my 3i Atlas presentations put together. So I hope you enjoyed them, because I've put them back to back to back. But what I'm preface all this by just saying that Avi Loeb has had kind of positive feedback from the UN, and they've acknowledged his white paper on not just 3i Atlas, but any interstellar objects that come into our solar system, which are completely of the unknown. And really, he said anything like that should be investigated very seriously. And so he took it to the UN on a white paper, and they are taking it seriously. They are, which he's very pleased about, obviously. Now, there is a lot, like I said, on the internet at the moment, on YouTube, XYZ about 3i Atlas. Now, when you see Avi Loeb, the Harvard professor, being interviewed, you have to cut through it. You know, you can't just think, oh, he thinks that it's an alien tech, because that's not what he's saying at all. Overall, even in his original kind of theory with his colleagues, he said that 3i Atlas is probably a comet. He didn't say that it was alien tech. He said there's a possibility of it. And I think because it came from a Harvard professor, a lot of people jumped on that and thought, oh, aliens. And of course, this is the fantastical is always better than the boring. So a lot of people jumped on it. And I actually put that in one of my videos. The fantastical is obviously better. It's more kind of widely kind of acknowledged than, you know, the boring, the mundane. That 3i Atlas could be a comet, just a comet, just passing through our solar system. It is an unusual comet. This is something that Oumuamua obviously was exactly the same. It was an unusual comet, but 3i Atlas is getting a lot more acknowledgement from the world's media, literally the world's media. So what is happening is something, and that is thing that should be addressed, and that is what I'm showing you behind me, that NASA is still on shutdown. The websites have not been updated, and even Avi Loeb has said that the best evidence from 3i Atlas is from the MRO, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has got something called a HiRISE Camera on it. Now, the HiRISE Camera, even from Avi Loeb's point of view, has said that it's going to have taken some incredible images, sharp images of 3i Atlas when it did the Mars flyby. And to this day, while I'm saying this, these images have not been released. This is really, really important. So when there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of viral videos out there talking about 3i Atlas, something very, very basic, very simple, that, like I said, what I'm showing you behind me, that NASA still on shutdown. They have not updated their websites for a long time now. And if they haven't updated their websites and with any kind of statistics, any kind of data on 3i Atlas or anything for that matter, really, how on earth can these viral videos be saying that 3i Atlas is this, that, and the other? Because they haven't had the most up-to-date data from the HiRISE camera on the MRO, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, because NASA hasn't released it yet. And if they haven't released it, we haven't got the best analytical data of 3i Atlas. So there's still, like I said, there's a lot out there. There's a lot to watch. There's a lot of, even I was just watching Avi Loeb on Joe Rogan the other day, and even he said there's a lot of misinformation out there. So when you're watching a lot of these videos, bear that in mind. Bear in mind that there is a lot of misinformation out there regarding 3i Atlas and what Avi Loeb is and isn't saying it to be. Okay, so with all that in mind, all that said, I really do hope you enjoy this compilation of all three of my videos, just around half an hour, not really that long, but from the first one to the third one, and just I hope you enjoy them. And as soon as I get any concrete new information, I will be presenting it. Let's take a look. Hi, how you doing, everyone? Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, why don't you like and subscribe already? If you are here and you've been on the channel for a bit, thanks for sticking around. I actually checked because I've actually just recently refreshed at the channel actually, and do you know what? It's been 4 years since I originally set up the channel, but I've only been very sporadic in putting content on, but that is through my own health reasons. I've been away really, but back I am, and on my newly refreshed page, I'm looking to upload to the channel every Monday and Thursday as a regular thing, and exclusives like the one that you're watching right now every Saturday. Not every Saturday, but on Saturdays. Let's put it that way, on Saturdays. If you find that I'm a bit edgy right now, it's quite simply because I haven't done this for so long. I feel a bit on it. I feel a bit on edge. I haven't done this for years. It feels like for years, probably is for years, any voiceover or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, I'm back, and I hope you can stick around and enjoy the channel. You might have checked out the title already for this, because I thought, well, if I'm going to come back, well, it's got to be not so much with a bang, but it's got to be something good. It's got to be something well worth it, you know. So I thought I'd tackle 3i Atlas, and well, as you're going to find out, it's been tackled in abundance by social media creators already. It's been NASA, scientists, Harvard professors, everything. Everybody's seemingly lending their viewpoints to it as well. So we're going to crack on, and at the end of it, see what you think of my findings. This is 3i Atlas. It was discovered by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS station, at Rio Hurtado, Chile on the 1st of July 2025. When it was discovered, it was entering the inner solar system at a distance of 420 million miles from the Sun. Oumuamua was the first confirmed interstellar object observed passing through our solar system in 2017, discovered by Canadian astronomer Robert Werrick. Its most notable characteristics being the cigar-like shape of the comet as it went through our solar system. Comet 2I Borisov was discovered by amateur astronomer Gennady Borisov in August 2019. It is the first observed interstellar comet, meaning it came from outside our solar system. The rogue comet passed through our solar system on a hyperbolic orbit, making it unlikely to return. Borisov is significant as the second interstellar object ever tracked following Oumuamua, and it provided valuable data for scientists studying the chemical composition of objects from other star systems. On the screen right now you can see all three interstellar objects which have passed through our solar system or are passing through our solar system. All of them have a prefix of 1I or 2I, or in the case of Atlas it's 3I Atlas, because it's the third interstellar object that is passing through our very own solar system. You're about to see some views of the Atlas, the 3I Atlas, from the Hubble Space Telescope and the Gemini South Observatory as well. And while you're checking those views out of the 3I Atlas, tell me something. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the 3I Atlas and indeed these interstellar objects that are coming from different solar systems. Are they quite simply that? It's just space rock that have literally catapulted out of their solar system and are actually coming through our solar system and are being almost like catapulted back out into space. If you search 3I Atlas up on Google and you go onto YouTube and put it in YouTube in their search engine, it's amazing how many people are posting about 3I Atlas. Absolutely amazing. But where did it begin and why is it so prevalent? So on the 16th of July this year, astrophysicist Avi Loeb and other researchers of the Initiative of Interstellar Studies published a paper speculating that 3I Atlas could be extraterrestrial spacecraft because they believed the object had anomalous characteristics. Now, from then on, the internet went viral with anything to do with 3I Atlas. This final one coming up here, which I found just on the first page, and that's just on YouTube. But it's interesting. Here's Oumuamua and the trajectory of Oumuamua. Now this is where it gets quite interesting from my point of view. I think it's really interesting, the trajectory of Oumuamua. This is the trajectory of Borisov, and I'm going to give you the trajectory or the projected trajectory of 3I Atlas as well. And you'll see how familiar they all are. But first, here you can see I've given these two graphics back to back so you can see how they come in. It's like these interstellar objects, they come in from another solar system and they literally get catapulted. Once they reach perihelion, they get catapulted back out, and the blue streak is exactly the same. That's 3I Atlas that you can see, and that's the trajectory of 3I Atlas, which is really quite similar to the others as well. And it is interesting to note how similar all three of them are, just to show you as well. And just like I'm putting on the screen, the perihelion is the closest the object is to the sun, our star, the sun, and then it's almost as if it gets catapulted straight back out. Now, NASA have got their own page on it. They've got tons of stuff on it, but this I found very fascinating. Eyes on the solar system. Now this, as you can see, is Mars and Mars's orbit, which is just going off the screen just about now. And what you can see is the projected path of 3I Atlas, which is just about to go across Mars's orbit. And what you'll find is that around October, early October this year, that's when it's going to be probably the closest of any of our planets. And so what the scientists are looking to do is see if they can get a better view of 3i Atlas from Mars. So that's going to be interesting come October, and I'll give you an update come October as well. But it isn't just then. We're going to move slightly ahead to next year, and you'll see in this projected kind of image is for Jupiter and the Juno probe, which is around Jupiter in March, I do believe, around March 2026. It's another kind of a flyby of 3i Atlas, and again, scientists will be able to get an idea of the composition and better idea of what it's like as well. So that's going to be another interesting side of 3i Atlas as well. So that's going to be interesting in October this year and March next year. So that's all to come. And I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated on that as well. But while I was on the Eyes of the Solar System page, I decided to have a little bit of a play. And so where 3i Atlas was when I was checking this out, I put in relation to Earth, how many millions of miles away it was. So it's like 3i Atlas in relation to Earth, and the results are on the screen, as you can see. And then I thought, well, what's it going to be? The closest it's going to be to Mars. So I put in Mars, and currently the results are on the screen, as you can see. And what I did then for a third and final one, the other planet, which is going to be close to 3i Atlas, is going to be Jupiter. So I put that in as well. And currently, this is where it's at, which is really quite interesting on an orbital plane. But I think it's really quite interesting. These comets are coming through our solar system on a hyperbolic orbit, and they're not in any traditional orbit at all. But on top of that, R2 Swan, another comet, is making its rounds all around in our solar system, and this is its path, as you've just seen. So that's another interesting side to everything else. For 3i Atlas, you can see that R2 Swan, the comet R2 Swan, is also there as well, to get the viral hungry people talking about that as well, which they are, I may add, especially on YouTube. But what does that mean? What does that mean to everybody on YouTube? What does that mean to everybody on the planet and who are looking into this as well? Is it alien life? Is it just a comet? Well, even Avi Loeb, who even said in his paper, maybe it's an alien spacecraft. What a lot of people aren't saying is that actually in his paper, he also said it's most probably comet, and it isn't any like alien spacecraft at all. And he said it's just a bit of fun. And if you actually look at his paper and you actually read into it, you can actually see that even though he's kind of stirred it up, he's actually saying in his paper as well that what you're seeing right now on the screen is most probably a comet, which has come from another solar system. And that is probably the most simplest explanation, which I know it's not fantastical, but still it is really fascinating to see. Well, I really do hope you liked this video. I really do hope you liked it a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep looking for Mondays and Thursdays uploads and more updates indeed for 3i Atlas, because this journey is certainly not over yet. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.
The wreck of the RMS Titanic lies 12,500 feet beneath the North Atlantic. A silent world of crushing pressure, near freezing temperatures, and complete darkness. Now imagine going deeper, 10 times deeper, down to the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth, nearly 11 kilometers below sea level. That's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. It would vanish under 2 kilometers of ocean. Even here, in total darkness, life exists. So, is it really that far-fetched to think life could exist in places scientists once said it couldn't? On Space, Above and Beyond the Infinite, we've explored the possibilities before, from strange footage in low Earth orbit to curious phenomena captured by the ISS, the Space Shuttle and the Mir space station. But today we're looking further than ever beyond our solar system itself. Because something or someone might be passing through. The object known as 3I Atlas is the third recognized interstellar object ever tracked entering our solar system, following Oumuamua and Borisov. In my previous video, we explored what 3I Atlas is, how it compares to the first two interstellar visitors, and the trajectory it's following. But since then, the story has taken a dramatic turn. When Harvard astrophysicist Professor Avi Loeb, author of Extraterrestrial, suggested that 3I Atlas might not be a comet, but something with artificial propulsion, the internet exploded. Suddenly, 3I Atlas wasn't just another icy rock, it became a viral enigma. And just as the world's attention was fixed on it, NASA went silent. Literally. The official website stopped updating, reportedly due to lack of government funding, right when NASA was expected to release fresh data from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, Mars Express, Odyssey, Hope, and Tianwen-1. Coincidence? Well, maybe, but it's one heck of a timing issue. That data would have given us the sharpest look yet at 3I Atlas, its size, composition, and maybe its origin. In the meantime, Avi Loeb has doubled down, urging the United Nations to create a committee to study interstellar objects entering our solar system. He's even suggested radio telescopes around the world turn toward 3I Atlas because it came from the same region of space as the mysterious WOW signal of 1977. A 72-second radio burst that fit every signature of an extraterrestrial transmission and was never heard from again. With NASA's silence, we're left piecing together clues from other sources. Perseverance, one of the rovers on Mars, may have captured an image of 3I Atlas streaking across the Martian night sky. And this won't be the last chance to observe it. In March 2026, 3I Atlas will pass near Jupiter within view of the Juno spacecraft, which has been orbiting the gas giant since 2016. The mystery of 3I Atlas keeps growing, fueled by curiosity, speculation, and NASA's silence. What is the object really? A comet, a probe, or something we don't yet have the words for? One thing's for sure, this story isn't over. And I'll be here following every update, every image, every theory, bringing you the answers you want to know. If you want to stay ahead of what's really happening beyond the infinite, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, because 3i Atlas is just the beginning. Somewhere beyond the glare of our sun, a green visitor from another star is moving silently through our solar system. But just as it reached its closest point to the sun, the world's most advanced space agency went dark, and the data we were waiting for vanished into silence. Hi, I'm Lee, and welcome back to Space and Beyond the Infinite. In today's episode, we're diving into one of the most fascinating astronomical events of the decade: a green interstellar comet, a government shutdown, and the possibility of missing some of the most important data ever recorded. This is the story of 3i Atlas, the vanishing visitor. This is the third chapter in our ongoing story of Comet 3i Atlas, a mysterious object arriving from deep interstellar space. In previous episodes, we traced its unusual trajectory, its chemical fingerprints, and the growing debate about whether it truly behaves like a typical comet at all. Now, in October 2025, as it swings behind the sun and out of sight, something unexpected is unfolding. 3i Atlas is currently invisible to ground-based telescopes. It reached its closest point to the sun this October after passing near Mars earlier this month. Its path through the inner solar system has given scientists a rare opportunity to observe a visitor from beyond the stars up close. But just as the most critical data was being collected, events here on Earth would throw everything into uncertainty. On the 3rd of October 2025, 3i Atlas swept past Mars at a distance of just 30 million kilometers. From orbit, the European Space Agency's Mars Express and Trace gas orbiter turned their instruments toward the visitor, capturing a moment never before witnessed: an interstellar comet passing another planet in our solar system. What they saw was remarkable: a bright hazy coma surrounding a tiny core less than 3.5 miles wide, yet with no visible tail. From Mars's orbit, it looked like a glowing ember drifting through the void, silent but alive. As 3i Atlas approached the sun, astronomers began to notice something unusual. The comet's glow shifted, turning a vivid green. For most comets, this happens when sunlight excites dicarbon, a simple carbon molecule that fluoresces in the green part of the spectrum. But when scientists examined 3i Atlas more closely, they found something missing. The dicarbon wasn't there. Yet the green light persisted. Consistent, bright, and unexplained. Some theories suggest other exotic gases could be responsible. Others point to trapped materials being released as the comet warms for the first time in millions of years. And then, of course, there are those who wonder if something entirely unfamiliar is happening inside this object. A comet that glows for reasons we can't explain. The mystery deepens when we look at where 3i Atlas came from. Its incoming path lies just 9 degrees away from the source of the famous WOW signal, the unexplained radio burst detected by SETI researchers in 1977. The odds of such an alignment are less than 1%. Harvard astrophysicist Professor Avi Loeb has pointed out that the coincidence is worth investigating, though, like most scientists, he still believes the comet is a natural object. Still, coincidences like this keep the questions alive. And then, just as the comet reached its most critical moment, NASA went silent. On the 16th of October 2025, a government shutdown forced thousands of employees on furlough. Research paused, missions were frozen, public updates stopped. For 3i Atlas, that meant silence, precisely when we needed answers the most. Among the most valuable instruments positioned to observe 3i Atlas was NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO. Launched in 2005, MRO's original mission was to study Mars in unprecedented detail, scanning the surface, tracking dust storms, and monitoring the planet's changing atmosphere. Over the years, its powerful HiRISE camera and spectrometers have turned it into far more than a Martian observer. During the comet's flyby in early October, MRO captured what scientists believe could be some of the most detailed data ever recorded of an interstellar comet. Imagery and spectra that might reveal its true composition, structure, and activity. According to Avi Loeb, this data has already been collected, but because of the ongoing NASA shutdown, it remains locked away, unanalyzed, unreleased, unseen by the scientific community. An interstellar visitor passes by, and the data sleeps in silence. Looking ahead, March 2026 was set to deliver something extraordinary. NASA's Juno spacecraft, currently orbiting Jupiter, was positioned for a potential close flyby of 3i Atlas. If successful, it would have marked humanity's first close-range study of an interstellar object from the outer planets. But Juno's mission is nearing its end. NASA has long planned to retire the spacecraft by sending it into a deliberate plunge into Jupiter's atmosphere, a controlled dive designed to protect the planet's moons from contamination. The problem is timing. Because of the government shutdown, no concrete retirement date has been set. If the spacecraft is decommissioned before March 2026, the flyby won't happen. One of the greatest observational opportunities of the century could be lost, not to physics, but to circumstance. Even so, the story isn't over. ESA's JUICE mission, the Solar Orbiter, and the Parker Solar Probe may still glimpse 3i Atlas as it moves past Jupiter. And by December 2025, the comet will emerge from behind the sun, becoming visible once again to telescopes here on Earth. When it returns, scientists hope to finally uncover its secrets, its chemistry, its origin, and the reason for the haunting green glow. Perhaps 3i Atlas is simply a traveller, a frozen messenger from another star, passing through our solar system for the briefest of moments. Or perhaps it's a mirror, reflecting our own desire to understand, to explore, to reach out into the dark. For now, the comet slips behind the sun, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. In December 2025, it will return to view, and when it does, humanity will be watching. 3i Atlas reminds us just how fragile our moments of observations can be. A comet from another star arriving once in a lifetime, and we're caught between discovery and silence. If you followed this series from the beginning, thank you. And if this is your first time here, well, there's loads more to explore. Well, that's been 3i Atlas, The Vanishing Visitor, Part 3. I'm Lee, and this is Space and Beyond the Infinite. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, consider liking and subscribing and catching up on those previous episodes, which you might not have seen yet. There's so much more out there. And guess what? Yeah, we're just getting started.